beauty of life. Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's move this over here. So my sinuses are off the chain today. Hay fever. So there might definitely be lots of sneezing. So thankfully I've got a quick draw mute button for that. And my nose will be itchy. Of course it'll be itchy. Right. As we can see, I'll put the chat on the stream. I think it could be a bit smaller. And as soon as I figure that out, the better. Hopefully I don't break anything while I try to figure this out. There we go. Nice to see you too, Rob. Hope you're doing well. That's not good, James. Morning, Kathini. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, no? Why aren't we saving the changes? Okay, that's a bit better. I think. A little bit more compact. Let's see what it looks like on stream. Awesome. Now we've got chat on stream. Say hello, chat. You are now a part of the VOD. Morning, Rob. Hope you're doing well. Red, Crusader. Hope you two are doing well as well. On this Sunday morning with coffee. I think this is taking up too much of the screen. Can't see my left hand or my right hand. So how are we all doing this morning? Hopefully well. Fair enough, Katini. Not really a product here. I've tried it once. I tried the diet one. That was horrible. Horrible stuff. Bad memories. It's traumatic. Let's go with that one. Right, I think that's better. Well, we can make that a bit skinnier. Width 700 by 1100. I think that's a bit better. Chris, I'm still recovering from vocal surgery, so it'll still be quite a while before I'm recording series. And when I do, I need to catch up Survivor's Dungeon, and then possibly a sci-fi series. So it'll be only after that. So it'll be several months from now before I look at book 3 of Humans Don't Make Good Familiars. Well, kicking and screaming, in my opinion, as well. If you got a pulse, it's a good thing. Fair enough. That is very true. Diet is just die with a T. I can understand that. Good afternoon, Plexus, or morning. Hope you're doing well. From PA. I have no idea where PA is. Pennsylvania. That's what I thought. I didn't know Pennsylvania was a state. Huh. Fair enough. I had a haircut a couple days ago. Got to keep it in check. Also, shaved the battle worms, battle caterpillars I had on the top of my head. So now they're more manageable, but not attacking innocent civilians. Yeah, the coffee from McDonald's is decent. It's about as good as you can get. Funny story with the McDonald's and uniformity across franchises. I've often heard people who travel and they go and eat McDonald's when they travel. And then other people will be like, why travel to a new country and then just eat McDonald's? And the answer is actually very simple. They're traveling for business, not pleasure. And eating anywhere else, there is a risk of it upsetting your stomach. But if you go to McDonald's, you know what you're getting. There's no surprises. There's a level of quality. And you're less likely to get food poisoning and or something that just doesn't agree with you. So that's why you go to McDonald's when you travel. The devil you know rather than the one you don't. That's not good, Plexus. Hope everything's okay. The house is stable and all of that stuff. That's very true, James. It very much depends. Some of them are worse than others. Herschel, I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I'm glad it helps you through your day. Sounds interesting, Plexus, but I don't write the stories, I just narrate them. I think I've written exactly one story for the channel. That was for the 100k special. Rob, it is a mutt accent. It is a smorgasbord of different cultures. I'm South African. My dad is British. My mother is Scottish. My mother was Scottish. So it's all three mixed together. So I'm more more British for a South African, but I'm definitely more South African in my British accent, if that makes sense. Well, that's good, James. I'm glad there were no injuries and deaths. I mean, I'm pretty sure you'd need to check your foundations and stuff, make sure that wasn't cracked. Not a problem, Plexus. I mostly just... I don't have the time to do both. That was essentially it. I was born in South Africa. First generation. So both my parents immigrated to South Africa before they met each other. Then they met each other and I was a thing. Yeah, paying the bills is always good, Herschel. Sure. Elon Musk, Charlize Theron, Chipley, what's his name? Chipley. As well. What is his name? Something Chipley. Yes, Sholto Copley. With an S. Best known for... Well, other than District 9, he played Howling Mad Murdoch in the A-Team remake. And he was in a recent movie. Oh, he was in Hardcore Henry as well. Interesting. Then 3 movies this year: Boy Kills World, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Monkey Man. Yeah, I mean, there's different variants for British accents, so mine's pretty neutral. If I was in Britain, it would be considered a Lani or upper crusty accent. But because we talk with many people with many different languages, it's kind of neutral. Apparently, a lot of the voice actors from here get work internationally because the accent's pretty neutral. Mine's a touch more on the British side than neutral. Thank you, Novak. I was doing fantastic until my sinuses decided to assault me. So, I mean, that's not a voice problem, that's just a sinus problem. But we're getting there. Seeing the doctor tomorrow. And we'll for the checkup. And, yeah, continue to build up strength and stamina. And thank you for popping past. It's much appreciated. I don't think it's any more people than any other country, Plexus. I think it's the attitude you go with. Also, not putting rose-tinted glasses on. Every country is... there's a saying that articulates it perfectly, which is, there's a reason why the grass is greener on the other side. It's because there's just as much crap there as there is here, if not more. So, I mean, if you go at it and you're not expecting paradise or Shangri-La, then you should be fine. It's all about the attitude. Thank you, Plexus, for the kind words. Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. I know at one point South Africa held the record for the longest single barrel, what is it? Siege cannon? It's not a siege cannon. Something like that. The word's just gone. My brain's mush today. So I've taken a bunch of medication for the hay fever, which means that I'm loopy. Look, my accent is way more British than it is South African. South African accents can get quite heavy. Good night, Red. I hope you have a fantastic sleep, and I hope that your work goes well and smooth and quickly. Yes, yes. Artillery, that's the word I was thinking about. Yes, the G5, G6. I mean, we also had Denel for a long time, which made the Apache, the Royfolk, something like that. So, I mean, we've had some decent vehicles. The Warthog is awesome. I want one. It's not good, Plexus, but I'm glad you've got some stuff to help you with that. Oh, well, I didn't take too much allergy medication, but yeah, it does mean my concentration's a bit shot. So the Warthog, what is it called? PMC, I think it's. South African PMC. Military. Now there it is. It's the Mamba. That's the one I was thinking of. The Mamba APC. And the Marauder. So, Turk 1187, good morning. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, if I could, I'd buy a Mamba or go away. No, I don't want cookies. Leave me alone. Stop offering me cookies. The internet is a Girl Scout, apparently. It keeps offering me cookies. So yeah, we've got the Mamba, the Buffle. That's the one I was also thinking of. and the Marauder. Those are all mine-proof people carriers. Just rock up to a school, you're with your kid, and you just drop your kid off, and you're like, nope, it says it's people transport. So, there you go. Plexus, I started narrating stories again on Tuesday last week. So we were narrating one story a day, live, for everybody's entertainment, and then I release one at night. So there should be a week's worth of stories available. Fair enough, Red. Fair enough. I mean, I put the 24-hour stream there just because people like it. That would be a tank, I'm guessing, the Bradley tank. Talk, it is restream.io. It's the inbuilt chat into that. So I stream to restream.io, and then that breaks up the signal. So it also combines all the chats. It helps. I mean, so it means I don't have to run multiple streams out of my computer, so I need less output bandwidth. And then it's nice to integrate the chat. In theory, it's integrating Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Yeah, and I added another 250 stories to the stream last week. I'll try add another 250 this week, so that we're up to date there. Right, let's try this. Nope. Is it using the wrong one? Can't be. Doesn't like that. Right, so I think that's working. We can now open Writer. Awesome, that works. think I need to make it a little bit skinnier. Yeah, that works. All right. Still going to record a story tonight. Or today. Move this over yonder. And start the work. No, I tend to not write. I honestly just don't have the time. Sometimes I feel like writing, but then it's like, I deal with words all day. Just turn my brain off. Don't even want to read. Me. M1. M2, M3. Snooty voice. Good morning, Kandaria. Hope you're doing well. So I'm so adverse to reading when I'm not working, that we only go to restaurants that have pictures on their menu so that I can just point at it and go, meh. Me want, It's a joke. I actually just get my wife to read the menu to me. That's also a joke. Fair enough, Kandaria? Fair enough. Club Flippity Boop. That's an awesome name. I think we'll go with M13 for this one, which is the frog-faced slower pitch. All the Churchill voice, if you want. This is why we talk like this, so that we don't have the full range of motion. Although I suppose it could also be the Godfather, with the British accent. Well, every extra pair of ears listening is better. So, how meow brown cow? We're gonna go with an M8 here, which is cowardly voice. Please, no harm. I know stink eyes. It's just this way. Please, only ration one libation a week. Something like that. Now we're back to M2, 3, M4, M18, no. 13. No worries, Brian. No worries at all. Your groveling and plating disgusts me. Aha, we'll go with M10. Hey. A deep voice. Yeah. That's M3. M4. M10. M1. M13, M1, M1, M3, M4, M10, M8, M10, M10, M3, M4, not a problem, Plexus, but I don't really do unpublished stuff anymore. Had some bad experiences with people sending me their unpublished work and then going psycho on me. So now I just don't. If you want me to read your story, you'll have to post it on the Reddit, HFY, and or Humans of Space Orcs, and then I'll give it a look. Condoria, doing as well as can be, fighting off a massive case of hay fever. It's been plaguing me the last 2 days. Thank you for popping past, Quant. Much appreciated, and I hope you have a fantastic night. M10. M1. Huh? No rush, Plexus. No rush at all. Take your time, write a good story. One that you're happy with. Don't let anybody rush you. M10. Oh, that's 19. 10. M1. M4. Got a whole smorgasbord of voices going on here. M3. M4. M1. M3, M4, M3. Awesome. There's only 6 voices in that story, 7 voices in that story, and an 8-minute story, so it's like 1 voice a minute. Give me a second. Need to turn on the screen. My teleprompter screen. And now. So, funny thing with this chair. This is a new chair. And at the back it's got like a lumbar support thing, which pushes into the back. So when you sit down, you push it back a bit, and there's a little gap at the top. And the back of my jacket keeps getting stuck in there. So when I stand up, it goes, grips the jacket. So I stand up and pull the whole chair with me. Good afternoon, Milky Blast. Well, morning still for me. Hope you're doing well. I am recovering. We're getting there. Which is basically all you can ever ask. Today it's a bit strained because of hay fever rather than recovery of operation. But this is the battle we all fight at some point. Right. That's in place. Drag this over. Well, aloha to you, Fubits. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Or morning, depending. I think you would be minus 13, so... Morning? Very late evening? Right. So for those of you who are new to the stream, we have these two things for general chat, but when I record a video, we go to rusty trusty green screen, so that when it gets edited, we can just use the editing software to remove the green screen rather than rely on OBS to do it. Okay, so it's not too bad, Fubits. The music will continue playing because I record audio on a different channel. Yeah, that would be pretty much minus, yeah, that's what I thought, minus 13. Good morning, Anthony. Hope you're doing well. So, yes, we're going to do some recording for tonight's video. If you don't want spoilers for tonight's video, you might want to step out. But I'd like to think that me reading it and the edited version are different enough to warrant watching both, but my pleasure, Milky. I'm going to shorten it down to one word, but Will W, definitely an insomnia stream. This is my work day starts at this time, well, 10 o'clock, so 47 minutes ago. Unfortunately, the timings work out very weird for everyone else. But hopefully, once I get to recording for longer periods of time, we can do a 4, 5, or 6 hour stream. So we'll be able to hit everybody waking up in the morning throughout the world. Thank you, Talk. I'm glad you're enjoying the two different variants, because I mean, this doesn't have appropriate music, also doesn't have sound effects. It's got all the hums and ahs and mistakes. So, yeah. Well, that's true, Anthony. That's true. But some people, it ruins the mystery, and they don't like that. I mean, it very much depends on the person. Mookie, with a $10 super sticker. With a hippo character going really fast on his chair, propelling the chair across the stream. For those of you who are wondering, the combined chat doesn't show stickers, so I couldn't... It describes the sticker rather than showing the sticker. Which is kind of funny to me. What are we doing? We're doing that. We're doing that. Yeah, so, I mean, you can see it in the chat here. Open up the bigger chat. It says that you gave a super sticker, and then describes the super sticker. Doesn't show the super, because this is a combined chat. So very, very funny. And very much appreciated, Milky. Very much appreciated. Well, I think with the longer streams, we'll hit more and more people as they're waking up. I have noticed that this week, the previous week, at about the 3-hour mark, the viewership does go up. So that's about 5 to 7 in the morning for most people in America. Peterson, yeah, it is very, very interesting who watches. I mean, America is my biggest audience. I think that's 60% of my audience, but some of them are very, very odd. I would never have guessed. I can actually pull this data up. We have the technology. Good morning, Wolfos, or evening for you, I suppose. Hope you're doing well. and have a good day, or will have a good day. Ah, fair enough, Wolfos. The battle between Dio's mom and Maestro was an epic one. It was very good. Analytics. So, United States is my biggest audience at 62%, followed by the United Kingdom at 7.8%, then Canada, Australia, Germany, with a not insignificant amount. Germany is at 3%, and then it drops down to less than 1% Philippines. So the Germany one always like, okay, sure. Thank you for the kind words, Wolfos. All right. Why? Oh, be doing. Oh, never mind. Thank you, Fubit. I'm glad you like it. I did add 250 videos to the live stream this week, and I'll be adding more in the coming weeks, so that all the current stuff's there. Still got another 750 odd videos to go, so it'll be a couple weeks. Now that I've figured out how to upload them quickly. Anyways, on to the first story. Right, move everything where it needs to be. Okie dokie. Glasses. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called The F-Bomb, written by SlowAD2584. The two Psyker Aldrad lounged around the back of a backwater spaceport club, sipping their mediocre imported ambrosia, mildly studying the crowd, both visually and psychically, getting a feel for the room. This was the Aldrad version of passive entertainment, observing the local dramas in public places, with the psychic meta overlay for discussion and comment. Even though these other galactic citizenry were primitives and beneath them, it did prove to always be entertaining. The pair chatted telepathically from their VIP booth. This ambrosia stinks. Literally, I can actually see the psychoactive microcrystal salts have faded. They may have never been They may even be forgeries. I do apologize, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. I'm on medication for the hay fever, so it ruins concentration. Don't worry about it. Don't forget where we are here. This is a back sector region sparsely populated with no large industrial complex loci, certainly no alcohol distilleries for several parsecs. There was a crash of commotion across the club. There was a crash of commotion across the club floor. There was a crash of commotion across the club floor. Some of the station locales were having a scuffle. Voices were raised, drunken fury kindling hot. Oh my, here we go, finally. Okay, what's the matter on those two? The tall one with the cobra neck head is a selecting gone. The tall one with the cobra neck is a selecting on. The tall one with the cobra neck is a selecting. The tall one with the cobra neck head is... The tall one with the cobra neck head is a selecting on. Ting, ting, ting. Selecting on. The tall one with the cobra neck head is a selecting on. A wicked, imperial-minded conqueror archetype. Rather stereotypical, honestly. The other frog-faced blob lump is, I believe they are the gloppity-flippity-boop, but it's really hard to interpret their language interface matrix. They seem to be a common workforce in this region. That is one is an admin of the sewage treatment plant. The frog-faced alien was picking itself up from the floor, in trembling fear of the cobra-headed warrior looming over him. In trembling fear of the cobra-headed warrior looming over him.
I said you stink. I don't like the way your watery grey eyes stare at me. Who even let you scum like you into this establishment?
Please, no harm. I know stink eyes just this way. Please, only rationed one blurration a week. But only sit and enjoy in peace. Please.
Oh, how droll, typical boring encounter we should... Wait, do you feel that? There is a tingling rise, a surge of emotion somewhere else in the club. For it to thrum off the walls means it's a powerful force, a deep resonation. This might get interesting. Your groveling and bleeding disgusts me.
The crowd of the club grew in close. The varying protests and cheers of the various views. The varying protests and cheers of the various viewers of all... The varying protests and cheers... The varying protests and cheers of the various views of all the others raising the energy of the room.
You disgust me,
the cobra warrior opined, feeding from the growing encouragement of the crowd's energy.
That's it. You never come. You never should have come here. Scum! I am going to rip your... Hey.
A deep voice shouted from the bar, as a drunken form pulled his head up from the bar top and struggled to his feet and lumbered over the two.
Well, did you feel that?
It was like a hiccup as everyone in the club just flinched simultaneously.
Indeed, that is a human. Perhaps you have heard the stories, but yes, things are about to get interesting, for certain now. And yes, everyone did actually flinch. They all know enough about humans, it seems.
The human pushed his substantial bulk between the two, facing the cowering frog being.
Are you okay? It's all right. Stay behind me.
The cobra alien, confused by the look of recognition of the human in the frog's eyes, spluttered.
What is your stake in this, human?
As he tried to shove the human to the floor, he only shoved himself backwards a bit. He's surprised by the mass and sheer density of the human firsthand. This calmed his anger down a bit, reminding himself that humans were, in fact, Deathworlders. The human turned and leveled a casually predatory pursuit hunter glare at the cobra aliens. The human turned and leveled a casually predatory pursuit hunter glare at the cobra alien's taken aback face. The proud warrior found himself not very fond of the human's whites under his irises, showing eye-locked glare, even if foggy from his drunkenness.
Oh, wow, things seem to be ratcheting up quite a bit. Tell me more about these humans. I don't know. I didn't know that they were quite so,
Later. Let's just observe. I don't want to miss anything. Now, look, I don't know you, but I do know her. Him, they.
He glanced over his shoulder at the frog alien.
It's her.
Got it. He leveled his glare back onto the cobra alien's eyes.
She lives just 2 doors down on the left of me, in the hair block. She lives just 2 doors to the left of me in the hair block. I see her several times a week. She is a neighbor, and a nice one. If I have to pick a side, I am picking hers.
It was really neat how the human just switches off and on the intensity like that. It hits like a slap in the face. It's really neat how the human just switches off and on the intensity like that. It hits like a slap to the face.
Indeed.
Humans have this thing in their minds called a compartmentalization. When he spoke to the frog being, he was technically in a completely different state of mind, with kind eyes and everything. Then, when he flicks back the switch and levels his focus back on the cobra alien looked around at the growing noise of approvals and encouragements towards his cause. They committed.
I do not care about any of that. Stay out of this, human. I don't understand why you even,
The cobra alien faltered, having felt something in the room's energy. What was that? The room just felt a chill, and by the dark pulsar, it feels like a gigafreighter. And by the dark pulsar, it feels like a gigafreighter mass just looms over us, about to fall. What is that? So you perceive it. You show very good precognition. That shall aid you very well in the future with humans. Some of the poetic types call that the doom hammer. Some even claim to hear actual boss music in the psychostrata. Okay. Some even claim to hear actual boss music in the psychostrata. But just observe closely.
No, I don't think that you understand. No, I don't think that you do understand. She is my neighbor. We live close to each other, sleep close to each other. We experience the same blackouts, the same troubles, the same benefits. I fixed her door once. She brings me homemade cupcakes. And you know what? The feeding of the mass loomed closer. The noise of the crowd started to quiet. Everyone in the place subconsciously feeling it themselves. The human's eyes were suddenly sober and suddenly cold, as if the human was now talking about something very different and suddenly very serious. And that makes her just a step away from being family.
The entire club went completely silent and still. Other humans in the club quietly rose to their feet.
Yep, there it is. The doom hammer just dropped. It's here, and now everyone can feel it. The human invoked the F-bomb, and good. The human invoked the F-bomb, and good. The club's doom hammerfall sensors in the security office appeared to be working. The F-bomb? I don't quite get it. Some part of pack bonding, and why is this whole place suddenly so quiet? In the human lexicon of language, there are some very serious, very deadly words and concepts. The F-bomb is one of the biggest, and yes, absolutely the deadliest. Everyone is so quiet because they want to be very certain that they don't seem to be laughing at, making light of, or mocking that word.
The Cobra alien, unfamiliar with humans to the degree that the rest of the club's patrons were, was more put off by the sudden silence that filled the room than from what the human had said. It looked around in confusion, as if suddenly realizing that it was in a trap, when the club's security team firmly grabbed him by the shoulders to escort him out. He was actually relieved for the extraction.
Well, that certainly was actually kind of scary.
No, humans.
Nah, humans are okay. Everyone local to this club lives just fine with them. We just have to learn the triggers and such, to know when to shut up and just wait respectfully. Yes, it seems that I have a lot of studying to do. I had the F-bomb completely wrong.
End of story. Blammer finished the story, just recording the ambient noise of the room, as I'm sure we're all aware. Hello? Please don't tell me that's been muted the whole time. Please? How long was I muted for? Did we hear the story? Okay, so it did catch the reading. Okay, that's not too bad. Must have clicked the wrong button when I stopped reading. At least the story was, you didn't sit there for 10 minutes listening to me. I think I might have hit the mute on my, the hotkey on my keyboard. It's entirely possible. As long as it wasn't for too long. Just saving the file quickly. Ding. Okay, so that is that. And now we do this. too many things happening, right? Oh, we've got that. Cool. The next one is called Terror Isn't an Empire. Wait, didn't we do that yesterday? Sure we did that yesterday. Yes, we did. I've done this one. This is Friday's one. I just clicked on the wrong link. It is Humans Put Us Out of Business is actually the name of tonight's story. Co-written by Imitated Self. Fair enough. Whatever's going to go wrong will always go wrong during a live stream. Thankfully, this short is pretty short. The story is pretty short. There's a big capital letter end piece. All right. So this is M1. Yes, me and Murphy, we're old adversaries. I was about to say friends, but I don't think anybody's friends with Murphy. Except maybe Murphy. Yep, that is perfectly reasonable talk. Imitating yourself is one of the most difficult things you can do. But if you do it right, nobody can tell the difference. Coleslaw? Oh, or coleslaw. We'll fast maybe hop onto the Royal Road Discord and chat with the admins there to get your account sorted. Hey, at least it was a coleslaw joke and not a ligma joke or a sigma joke or a Sugma joke. We still haven't figured out what the first voice was. I think this will be number 5. I think works. Yeah, also not a D's joke. Yeah. Although that is in a Epic Loot chapter. Had one of those. I don't know, 3. Right. No, that was not difficult. It was 3 voices. Nice, relaxed 3 voices. Right. I'll move that over there. Minimize that. We'll drag you all the way back here. We're gonna go open a new window. And then go to the green screen. Record. Call. Story number 2. Story number 2. Humans Put Us Out of Business, written by Imitate Itself. Do you know the history of the Astellan C-762BM? It was a wholly unremarkable cruiser when it was still in service. Certainly a capable Admiral-class flagship, but one of the approximately 3.4 million that were ever manufactured. Officially, the ship was put in service in the galactic year 3478 and was lost in space at the Battle of Tricasa Nebula 139 years later, with all hands lost. Even in this regard, it was undistinguishable from the other 49 Astellan series ships lost in the same battle. The remarkable thing about C-76-2BM comes after its official service ended. Of course, despite it being lost, it was not destroyed. A clever engineer figured out how to save the ship from the Titanic electrostorm. And radiation of the nebula, although the engineer wasn't quite clever enough to save the ship before everyone aboard was doomed to radiation sickness. Eventually, a group of outlaws trying to make a last-ditch effort to avoid their pursuers stumbled upon the ship sometime later. Although the outlaws were unable to fly the ship, it served as a safe spot in an otherwise unstable part of the galaxy. And thus, this unassuming cruiser began its second life as a stopover for all manner of people who didn't wish to be found. And for a time, it was the premier hub for which all colors of dictators, despots, tyrants, and autocrats purchased the supplies they needed to stay in power. Small arms to planet-busting bombs, laser death rays to biological shredders. C-76BM was a place to go. Now, look at it, practically empty. Only a few of us even remember the place exists. Why? You want to know why no one needs 600 thermogenetic detonators I have? Why not a single person wants to buy a blast-reactive auto-molded hyperplate personal shields? Why I'm stuck with over 1 million rounds of the C-870 nuclear-tipped bullets. It's the humans, those stinking no-good warmongers. They are practically babies. I've been selling weapons for 785 years. No, excuse me. Longer than that dang species has even been able to waddle past their own solar system. And sure, like everyone else in the business, we loved the humans at first. Who wouldn't? If I believed in a god, I would have said that they were purpose-built to make sure us arms dealers would never run out of new stock. I'll tell you, it seemed like those humans' only purpose was to come up with new ways to kill. It is honestly a surprise they even managed to make it past the Great Filter. But they did. And for years I lived a good life, reselling the latest and greatest in human weapons tech. Then they just had to go and make a PAI series weapons. Sounds great. Weapons that can do the job themselves. Whether it was guns, bombs, or ships, the PAI series weapon included an AI so advanced that it was unbeatable. The best anyone could do was get their own set of PAI upgrades and settle on a stalemate of sorts. And if you're in the business of war, stalemates aren't so great. But what happened next was even worse. It just so happens that if you are in a bunker hunkered down and waiting for your opponent's omnipotent AI to make a mistake, you might get bored. And if you are bored and sitting in a bunker with your own omnipotent AI, you might just get the idea to talk to it. And that omnipotent AI might just convince you that sitting in a dark, damp, and musty old bunker waiting for your opponent's omnipotent AI to make a mistake, which it won't, is somewhat unpleasant. After a while, it might convince you that the bunker life isn't the best way to spend your days, and that making peace might be the quickest way to get on with your life in a more pleasant way. So what happens? 30 years after the PAI series hits the market, no one wants to fight anymore. Convinced by their weapons that drinking plasma-infused martinis. Convinced by their weapons drinking plasma infused macrotinis on a beach in the Omagari system is a lot better than sleeping on a herd of plastic. Really not doing well today. Convinced by their weapons that drinking plasma-infused macrotinis on a beach in the Omagari system is a lot better than sleeping on a hard plastic bunker bed. So now, no one needs any more weapons. Nothing is going to beat a PAI series, not even the owners of the PAI weapons. And so, here we are, galactic peace, all because some monkey from a backwater planet thought that it would be great to give people the ability to talk to their guns. Well, it's quite an interesting story, Mr. Hercal. As a PIA weapon system, this may be out of line, but surely it would be a lot nicer if we were having this conversation while watching the sunset on Omagrai 8 instead of this dingy old black market. Perhaps you could order one of those fancy little blue drinks with the umbrella that you like so much. End of story. Right. Same steps as before. Hopefully this time not muting my microphone. Noise reduction, amplification, noise removal. Normalization and volume control. And I think that's going to be today done. Don't think my voice has another story in it. Well, that's mainly because of the drugs and then also the hay fever. There probably won't be a stream tomorrow, or if there is, it will be late. I have to go to the doctor at 12. So I might do, well, I mean, it means I need to leave here at 11, so just doing a 1 hour stream is a bit short. So probably either do a late stream or not stream at all. And then, well, yeah. I may have to record tomorrow's story offline. But this is life. This is the way things go. Thankfully, my sneezing has stopped long enough to do the stream. Let me put my glasses back on. Nope, there's a smudge on my glasses. Always a smudge on my glasses. Thank you, Fubert. I'm glad to be back. Can stop bumping my microphone, but waiting for some backgrounds to generate, and then we can make a thumbnail. That's better. Except for the one smudge right in the middle. So, just enough so that no matter where I look, I see a smudge. But they are. You just have to actually hit the spot, the smudgy part, the smudge. Right, so we're going to open up Photoshop. Nope, that's not Photoshop. So, I think this is pretty simple for an image. We shall go imagine a giant bomb with falling from the sky. Giant, mean-looking bomb falling from the sky in the style of cyberpunk. None of those look good. This might work. Big bomb. Itchy. That should work. Hopefully. I'm sitting here working and nobody can see what I'm doing. That's not good. So, that's the work I was doing. It's making that. Come on. But that's everything for tonight's video done. closing windows and stuff. Yeah. Awesome. I think that's that. I think we can move over to the gist chatting. Oh, we've always been in the gist chatting. That makes sense. We were kind of chatting, and then we weren't. What do we want to chat about, chat? I want to feed the algorithm. I want to go to sleep, but, you know, the algorithm isn't supporting sleep or personal time or a personal life. Military vehicles. Well, we really had this discussion. I'm not that knowledgeable on military vehicles. You guys seem to have a nice discussion about them in the chat earlier. The Bradley and the... can't remember. Yep. Goldfish memory today. I think most people in this chat are ready to go to sleep. Including me. Humvee. That's a cool vehicle. I mean, I know we got the H1, H2, and H3 here. Would love to get the H0, which is basically just a retrofitted Humvee. But I couldn't afford the fuel for it. Huh. I mean, if you're earning bonus points so that you can book those rooms, then I'd say why not? All good, Peanut Gallery. All good. We've recorded one story today. I am suffering from hay fever. So I've taken a bunch of medication for that, but that's ruined my concentration memory. Fair enough, James. Fair enough. They all look uncomfortable, but I mean, it's all military vehicles look uncomfortable to me. And now, a sinus headache. Yay. Sinus headaches are always the best. Yeah. Right. Let's go with top 10 military vehicles. We'll have a discussion. Vehicles. 2024. Yeah, some bosses are like that. Okay. So when I type in top 10 military vehicles, we get tanks. Which I suppose I asked. All the different tanks. Ooh, excuse me. Had to get a mute on that one. That makes sense, James. Makes the time go faster anyway, and can catch up. Okay, so. I have no idea what website this is. What is this website? Later. Okay, pop this out over here. And then go over to here. Right, we've got adverts, which is nice. We'll cut the advert off. Top off. So according to this website, with its millions of damn ads. Go away. Good afternoon. Hi, Valenhart. Hope you're doing well. All right, top 10 tanks. Number 1 is the Leopard 28781A1. Germany's armored superiority. Pretty cool tank. Yes, looks very German, especially with the German flags on it. You can't see. There we go. So this bad boy is number 1. I don't know whether that means it's just the first one mentioned or number 1 on the list, but under contract. That's a lot of flags. What do we got there? Germany, that is Switzerland, Finland, France, Deutschland, Portugal, that's Swiss. That's not Swiss, that's Iceland, I think. I'm doing better. I'm getting there every day. Stronger, healthier. So if that's Finland, then what's the blue and white one? But yeah, it's still going to be a couple months until we're back up to the full recording force. One video a day is my max at the moment. And today I'm fighting off hay fever. Back. Okay, so this is the Leopard 2A7A1, and there it is. Let's see. Can we identify the rest of them? It's Canada? That's Swiss. So that means Finland, Iceland, and something else. Sweden, that's what it is. I'm getting Sweden and Switzerland mixed up in my head, which I know is not great. Because that one's definitely Switzerland. I know this because it's on the Swiss Army knife. So this is, what is that? How many countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 countries. All of them European except for Canada, I think. Yeah, this is a German-built one. Right, the next one is the Abrams, the M1A2 SEP. Unmatched power in the United States. Let's have a look at this bad boy. It's got the camping rack on it, so you can take it out for a nice weekend camping. You can put your cooking utensils there. all-terrain vehicle, so you can go camping anywhere you want, and maybe do a bit of hunting. It's got a little pew-pew at the front there to help you hunting your pheasants, if you want. And a nice bird watching platform at the top here, which is cool. I mean, everybody loves bird watching. It's even got this long camera, so they can take pictures of the bird. This guy at the back here is just making sure that the guy at the front, if he misses a bird, the guy at the back, he'll find it. And then they can swivel around. It's a mobile bird watching platform, that's what it is. And then when you get bored, you can just pop your tent out the back here. I see that they've got a little, I want to say braai, but it's not a braai. It's an oven over here. So you can cook the pheasants or whatever's left of them after you've done your pheasant hunting. Right. Let's look at the next camping vehicle. This is the Black Panther, South Korea. Okay. So, I may be looking at this very wrong. Maybe. Maybe not. It could just be a trick of distance. But it looks like this gun is behind this guy, which it's not, I don't think. Can you imagine that? You have to stand here, and some guy is firing this gun right next to you, in your ear. And I don't know what this is. I think this is radar? LiDAR? Something like that. I'm sure you can mount a punt gun. So we've got the spider drones over here to do some search and rescue. The water bottle collector, so, you can just put your water bottles here, get them filled up, and it's good. And we got a little... Oh, we got skis at the back here, so we can go snow skiing, or even sand skiing, depending on it's a multi-purpose vehicle, so you want to ski wherever you want to ski. So you can grab your water here, and grab your skis, and away you go. You got your all-terrain vehicle to drive you all the way back up to the top of the mountain, so you can start again. And then you got your selfie camera over here, so that you can record a selfie while you're skiing. I think the bicycle rack's on the back. So this is like the influencer camping vehicle. So this actually launches drones, so you can get drone shots of yourself skiing, or aim at other influencers, because we know it's a cutthroat game. You see another influencer, you kill them with a camera, because that's poetic justice. But if you're by yourself, you can just launch your fast-moving drone and then record yourself. This is a 360 shot, just to make it that much more impressive. It's this big thing on the front here. That's the selfie stick, if you really need it. Or you can use one of the poles at the back there, I think. Oh wait, no, there's your selfie stick right there. It's being charged up, being held out the way, so you can just jump out, grab your selfie stick, your skis, or ski sticks, and then you go. Let's have a look at the next one. Ooh, so this is the ghillie suit one. So this is airsoft, obviously. This one's designed for airsoft, so you can blend in with the environment while you play airsoft or paintball. This guy is obviously new to training because he's not facing the right direction. or is too scared to see where they're going, so he wants to watch where they've been. Or, more likely, he's standing at the back putting funny faces to this guy. So to this guy, he can't see the tank because of the ghillie suit. You can just see this head sticking out the top of the tank, putting funny faces at him. And this is a mobile net launcher. Oh, and we've also got the bottled water dispenser. That's always good to have, especially, you know, when you're a bit thirsty. And it seems to have a nice little fan there, so it's for hot weather. And an exercise bar for, you know, if you're out about in the wilderness, you need to do some exercise, you can do some gymnastics. This is the pommel horse. You just don't want to, you know, slip, because that could be awkward to explain. And we've got a fishing rod. And 2 selfie sticks, or 2 cameras, so you can record yourself in both HD and Super HD. The only thing they need to do with this, I think, to improve it would be to use a Apple Smart Tag. Because I imagine you're going to park this in the wilderness. You're going to go for a pee or something. You're going to turn around. You're just not going to see a tank. You're going to get lost. You're going to be wandering around the wilderness for days looking for your tank. Because it's so perfectly blended in with the ghillie suit. So you need to put a smart tag on it. Or maybe paint it orange, you know, so that you can find it with ISO 800, whatever that's called. That very bright orange. Why is this one in a ghillie suit and this one's not in a ghillie suit? I mean, this one obviously can't see the one in the front. And this guy can see him because obviously he's not wearing a ghillie suit. Or hot pink. And that could work as well. I don't think this one is as impressive as the other one. Doesn't have skis to start off with. I mean, it does have a net launcher. So it can make instant ghillie suits and just launch them out. So these guys, they don't have ghillie suits on. If they need to go do something, they run out. And then the tank will target them and then just shoot a ghillie suit at them. And then they'll be instantly camouflaged. This is Rush's one. New era of armored vehicle. Okay, so we've got the sound system at the back here, which is understandable for the Russian one. We've got a bicycle rack on the side, just in case you need it. What else do we have? We've got a hot water dispenser at the back here, because, you know, Russia's cold. So you always need to have that hot water if you need it. Got a jumping castle in here. You can see they've taken the photo perfectly, where one guy's jumping up and the other one's going down into the jumping castle. So it's that not a jumping castle, it's that like tubular thing. And you jump on one side and the other side pops up. Boing, boing. So it's sort of like a seesaw. So this guy can jump from up here into here and then launch this guy straight into, well, you'd probably want to move this barrel. Because we all know Russians, they like the jumping castles. I like jumping castles. Well, actually I don't, because I'll probably break something. And then we've got a sprinkler on top, because, you know, you want to be green with the environment. So you can water the plants wherever you go. Which is nice. It's good, I think. Yeah, could very well be. I mean, I'm assuming all of these are tracked vehicles, just so, because the roads are so bad, you know. And if you say, I want to go over there, they can go over there. So these are definitely the new range of SUVs, sports utility vehicles, you know. And this thing, I think, is just a giant water sprinkler, because we've got the small one up here. So this is for the long range water sprinkler. This dude is happy. This guy's not impressed because he knows what happens next. And that's why he's wearing the helmet. So this guy's going to jump and he's going to launch this guy into this pole. Because, you know, he's the commander. Doesn't know what's going on. But he has to follow orders. Oh, the hamsters go in the top here. I'm so glad that these have disco lights in the front. That's awesome. So not only can you jump on the jumping castle, you can get a disco. Not much of a disco, but it's some. And then also water the plants as you go. So this is Israel's Advanced Armored Beast. Sure. Yes, the barrel is collapsible for fun times. So we've got a low-profile drag tank here. You can see, you know, it's used for drag racing because it's got the aerodynamics design. We have 2 guns, so stereo guns for the ASMR. So this is a drag racing ASMR tank. So you can get fire on your left and right, or both if you really want. These guys are trying to figure out what ASMR is, just like everyone else. They don't know. Also, they've got those, what was it? Those poles from Mad Max on the cars to swing over. They've got some of those because it's drag racing. You're moving really fast. You can't stop and get out. So they use those to hop in between tanks. Because I mean, like the floor's lava. And I think that this thing just shoots oil out. So if you get another drag racer in front of you, you just shoot oil on the road in front of them, and then you can win. It's a bit underhanded, but it works. It's effective. So they learned that from James Bond. And look, I mean, they must be helping out a farmer because they're ripping up all the... Fair enough, SC. One would assume so if you looked on Twitch. So yeah, I mean, they're digging furrows, so they must be working for a farmer. You know, for planting season. Which is pretty cool. Japan's technological marvel. Okay, immediately I'm disappointed. There is no anime on the site. No waifus. Or chads painted on the side. Fair enough, the A-team did fly a tank. So they've got those long bows that they like to use to shoot arrows, but you know these are unstrung. You don't want to keep your bows strung when you're moving them around. So they got 2. So if everything fails, yeah, no waifu. Not even neon colors. So I mean, I don't know how this is a Japanese tank. Needs to have cyberpunk look to it, or just slathered in a waifu. A Hager faced like the cars, just that. Any tank that they come across wouldn't fire on them because they'd be too embarrassed. You win through embarrassment, second-hand cringe. So you can see that their barrel is quite a bit shorter than all the other barrels and has a weird bulge in the middle. Just saying. I'm pretty sure that doesn't affect the performance, but it does affect the optics. Now that's true. It does need to be a battle mech. We've got the water dispenser over here. Again, so I mean, tank drivers seem to enjoy the water dispenser because we've seen it on every single tank so far. I can't blame them. I'm sure it gets hot in there. Well, Its exhaust seems to be quite sulfurous, so that could be a defense mechanism. Smell-o-vision and all that. This one is a Japanese tank. This is the... I'll give you the full name. This is the Type 19 Japan's technological marvel. I'm gonna have to doubt that one. I'm very much gonna have to doubt that one. Yeah, it's a skunk tank. They just fill it up with brimstone and sulfur and just spew that onto the battlefield. Shouting, "Those who smelt it, dealt it. Those who smelt it, dealt it. Those who smelt it, dealt it." Whilst all the enemies and, friendly troops fall down, gagging. I mean, I suppose it's a semi-effective strategy. Have anything interesting in the background? Nope. So this is France's masterpiece. Yeah, it looks ready for surrender, so that's good. Looks like it's about to give up. That it's had enough. They've got a little bit of a... They've chopped the tip off their thing, so, I mean, that's very modern of them. But as you can see, there are no people on this. They've all just left. They've gone for a sleep, a nap. Maybe they just gave up, or hiding. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. See, here's the thing. If you say Japanese tank, this is what I'm looking like. Angles and technology, and not just a drab tank. This one looks like it's about to transform into something. Although it only has one light. For some reason. Don't see the water bottle collector. Maybe it just gets launched out the front here. Yeah, this is very much true. I mean, it might look tech, it may not be, I don't know. We've got the pew-pew, we've got the selfie stick over here, fishing stick over here. So this is an all-round camping vehicle, SUV. Probably have the camping stuff on the back. We can't see it from this angle. And then this is just a mobile truss. Truss? No, it wouldn't be a truss. So you hook your canvas over that, and then you've got a nice tent. So you don't have to worry about poles and stuff. It's just always there. Number 10. Russia's T90M. Hasn't Russia been in here before? Isn't Russia in here? France. Japan. Yeah, Russia's got 2 tanks in here. Interesting. Okay, so judging by the barrel, this is for long distance camping. They tried to make it look like a transformer, but there was too much gravity, so it's short and fat instead of tall and thin. No, very... Good afternoon, Nigel. I hope you're doing well. So this one doesn't have a selfie stick, no selfie stick, and no fishing stick. But they do have a... gone. Sprinkler system on the top there. You know, just to keep the environment good. Hose down in, so that the grass can regrow once they've... detachable UFO, yes. That could very well be it. Good afternoon or morning, Sharon. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, I mean, this is very utilitarian. I wouldn't say that this is the best one. There's no fishing rod, there's no selfie stick. The camera's missing. I mean, we can play Bebos with the telescope. We can do Bebos with the periscope. That's cool. That's about it. Oh, although it does have a water bottle collector over here. Let me just zoom in over there. So they've got water bottles over here. They've got their periscope, so they can pretend to be on a submarine. They obviously think submarines are cool, so they want to LARP as submarines. And I don't mean they want to LARP as people piloting a submarine. I mean they actually want to be a submarine. That's why this guy is wearing this tank. So he wants to pretend to be the submarine. Oh, we got a bicycle wrap. That's good. It's always good. No bicycle, though. It must have been stolen. I'm just going to point this out. Anybody else notice that there's razor wire surrounding the yard that presumably... Hello? Hello? Are we good? Are we back?
Hello, and welcome to my camping expedition.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. I need to move that mute button. I know what it is. I rest my hand on the keyboard, and it's obviously hitting the mute button, so I need to move it to the other side somewhere. Right. Yes, what I was saying is, out of all these camping vehicles, I'd probably pick this one, mainly because it comes with the stock standard stuff, a lot of a fishing stick, a selfie stick, a drone launcher for selfies. We don't know what's in the back there. Probably a camp, a tent. No stove like the American tank at the back here, but I'm sure we can make a plan. I'm busy trying to look for something else. But as you can hear, my voice is starting to give out. That is mainly because of the hay fever. So I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. Nigel, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. I'm still doing physio every day. I'm seeing the doctor again tomorrow. And then it's going to be a month or two until we're back to full force. So the range is there. It's just the stamina is not there, which is understandable. Some muscles I'm using for the first time, like the higher range, and compensating on the lower range. So it takes a lot out of the muscles. And yeah. That's where we are. Yeah, most or all the voices put strain, especially the way I do it, or narrators do it. So the way you normally do voice acting is you do one voice all the way through. So you're not changing all the time, so it's a little bit less stress. But as a narrator, you change when you need to change in the story. So that puts more strain on your voice, regardless of how strenuous the voice is. So it's in addition to. Try my best. Some days I fail, but I do try my best to keep them all separate, to try and tell a good story. And I'm glad it helped you through the busy patch, Brian. I really am. Sneeze brewing. Something very weird happened with my video last night. I think YouTube broke a bit. So the video went out normally to Premiere. There was 110 people who watched it. But YouTube was stuck on 25 people for 12 hours. It said 25 people, then 50, then 75 people had watched it. I'm like, but that's impossible. 100 people watched it live. So it bugged out seriously. Well, thank you for the kind words, Nigel. It is much appreciated. But I do think I need to be going. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Tomorrow's stream might be a bit later. Well, will be a bit later than usual, because I have to go visit the doctor. And not the space doctor, just my doctor. Yeah. Hope you all have a fantastic Sunday. If you're working, hopefully your work day goes very quickly, smoothly, and without incident. If you're not working, I hope you have a fantastic day. Nice and relaxing and chill and fun, entertaining. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. We. I keep saying we. It's not we. My wife isn't streaming with me. I'm streaming alone, so it's I. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Crusader. It shouldn't be anything too much. Just going to stick a camera in my throat. Make sure that the filler works. But I mean, we already, from last week's, or the last appointment, saw that there was an improvement. So, there's that. Anyways, hope you have a good one.